Hi and welcome back to Arno TV. Coming to you with another video, it's your lovable host Arno. Now, I didn't want to come back on and talk about this again, but I feel, I had to really, but it looks like we're heading into another national lockdown. Now, in the video that I did the other day, if you remember, I said that I'd like to see our politicians act a little bit more responsibly. And have we seen that in the last 24, 48 hours since these new 3-tier measures were announced? No, we haven't. We've seen the leader of the opposition come out and say that the new rules and guidelines didn't go far enough. The government wasn't listening to the science enough, and is calling for a national circuit break lockdown. Today, we've seen Northern Ireland announce that they're going to go into a national lockdown from this coming Friday. So it seems like we are heading into a national lockdown, which is something that I've foreseen, as I mentioned earlier, amongst my, when I've been talking amongst my personal group of friends since June. That's what I thought would happen. And here we are, it looks like it's happening, because let's face it, if Northern Ireland have gone into a national lockdown from this Friday, and when I was coming home in the car earlier on the radio, I heard that Wales are already considering going into a national lockdown from Friday for 2 to 3 weeks as well. It's only going to be a matter of time before Nicola Sturgeon takes Scotland into that, and then finally Boris Johnson will succumb to pressure, and England will be in a 2 to 3 week national lockdown, which, we all know that even if they say today that England's not going to go into a lockdown, the way this thing's been going, in 24 hours things can be the exact opposite. We remember how it was in March, it all went round very quickly, so it looks like we're going into a national lockdown. And I have to say, in my opinion, when I asked the other day for politicians to start acting more responsibly, and showing more compassion. The leader of the opposition to be calling for the country and the economy to be wrecked and by being closed down, and being backed up essentially by Arlene Foster, I think is political opportunism. What are these people going to do when they crash the economy? At the end of this month, the furlough scheme in the United Kingdom comes to an end. Now, if the Chancellor doesn't extend that, the reality is millions of us, including myself, may lose their job at the end of this month, which will leave millions of people without work. Now, what are you going to do about that? Because we need to hear some serious solutions. Because, if that is the plan, if your plan is to crash the economy and put millions of people effectively on the dole, then we need to hear what you're going to do to support the people that this is going to affect. Because it's all very good and well putting down all these laws all over us, but we need to start talking about the ramifications if this help isn't extended. And I understand this has to be paid for at some point, but when I say show a bit more compassion, shouldn't we be looking at this, if we have to do this to defeat this virus, we should be looking at this as an investment in people, so that they've got employment to go back to, so that there are jobs and things to go back to. Well, we'll get a handle on this. And even if the government, had a little bit more honesty, even if they came out and said, we made a big mistake coming out of lockdown in the summer, far too early. We thought the virus would dissipate over the summer months, and it hasn't. It's grown, and it's getting to a point now where it's getting out of control, and we need to lock everybody down for, say, 3 months so we can get a handle on this. At least if you told us that, we'd have a little bit more respect, to some of the decisions that you're making, and they would maybe make a bit more sense. But, this indecision as well from the government. Now that Northern Ireland has locked down, we know people, don't we, that it's only a matter of time before the rest of us are locked down. So, you know, we can see this coming. It's like we're on the Titanic, the iceberg's in the distance, and you're the only one screaming there's an iceberg. You know, what we're going to do about this, and we need some clear leadership from these people, because I don't see us getting any. I just see all political parties, all political flavours and colours and persuasions making just a complete and utter shambles of this. And I want to see somebody, you know, taking some leadership and taking some responsibility and coming up with a clear plan to get us out of this mess, because we can't, you know, we can't crash the economy without expecting there's going to be massive consequences. And you know, it's so difficult talking about this kind of stuff without sounding like the voice of doom and gloom, but we need to start questioning what's going on a little bit more here, because where are we heading with this? You know, there's going to be, you know, nothing open. Oh, well, you know, retail will be open and things, because where there's a till, that's okay, yeah? Until they shut that down, because then there's too many COVID cases in there. So it's like, you know, where are we heading with this? If you are going to shut down the economy and you are going to close us all down again, we need to know what you're going to do to help people. And I want to see these politicians showing a little bit more compassion to the sort of rules and regulations that they've created for us all to live under. With no sort of clear path from many of them of a way out of this madness. Because at some point, you know, we are going to have to try and get back to some kind of normality, and we all want that. We all want to go back to the things that we like to do, and, you know, see people, and, you know, just live our normal lives. And, you know, none of us wants this. It's been imposed on us. So, you know, let's see the government come up with some clear planning here. I mean, you know, I'm going to end it there, because, you know, I did, you know, like I said, I didn't even really want to come on and talk about this again. It's just, you can't escape it. And as this channel is going to be about all sorts of different things, one of the things, you know, that I'm going to be doing is topical videos, and this is so topical at the moment because you just can't escape it. It's everywhere. It's affected all of our lives. And no one seems to be talking any sense or making any well thought out decisions. And, you know, as we've previously discussed, all sorts of rules and regulations that make no sense. And, you know, we need a clear way back to some kind of normal life. And, you know, and again, as I've said in previous videos, please, obviously everybody, in this difficult time, you know, as I said, please try and be a little bit more considerate to each other, because you know, the toll that this is taking on people mentally. There are people out there that are, you know, literally scared every time they leave their house because of all the things that they're having drummed into them 24 hours a day on the media. You know, all the rolling death counts. I mean, since when did we have a rolling death count for any other thing? You know? It's just scaring people to death. So please try and be a little bit more responsible, and, you know, be kinder to each other out there and take care. But for now, you've been watching Arno TV, and if you've enjoyed videos like this and you want to see more, then please like the channel and subscribe to the channel. Spread the word. Let's help grow the channel. It'd be much appreciated. But for now, take care, look after yourselves, and stay rock and roll.